Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Fan Cam Commentary. Today I have the pleasure of bringing you an absolute classic match between two of the most renowned professional wrestlers of all time. Bruno Sammartino versus Giant Baba. This is for a promotion called JWA, Japanese Wrestling Alliance. This is going to be a good match. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match. It's going to be an interesting contest, but today's a special occasion here on Fan Cam Commentary. This is the 1-year anniversary episode, and to top it off, I hit 1,000 subscribers just yesterday. I wanted to thank everybody that subscribed, that's hit that like, hit the share button, hit the subscription, and hit the bell over the year. I know I pound that into the ground, but that really does help out the channel a lot. I want to keep growing. I feel like 1,000 subs in a year is a pretty good accomplishment for a newer channel, and I just want to keep pumping out more content and more different content in the future. Again, I want to start doing some live vlogs now that some live shows are starting to open up, and then I also want to do some live streaming as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting year coming forward. We had a great first year, and let's keep the ball rolling. And today, if you're just now joining me, please hit subscribe, hit like, hit share. If you go to Facebook, I have a Facebook page. It is called Fan Cam Commentary as well, and please like that page as well. That really helps me out. Over there, we've got a nice number of followers as well, pushing 1,800 now. I've been really working on that for less than a year, about 7 months. But I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment on Facebook as well. Share daily content, videos and pictures. I have an Instagram as well, FanCam Commentary. And on Twitter, if you search FanCam Commentary, you should find me on there also. As we're starting out here, as you can see, Giant Baba just towering over Bruno Sammartino. Of course, Bruno Sammartino had already held the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship at this point. I don't think he had went into his second reign yet. This is being 1968. Of course, known for that second run when he held the title for many years. Again, look at the stature of these two men here. This is a young Giant Baba, and we got a roll up here, just working on the leg of Bruno Sammartino. But that was a smart maneuver there by Baba, getting behind him and getting under him. And just thinking through through the history of professional wrestling, you have a lot of synonymous names with it. Of course, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Antonio Inoki. The list goes on and on. Mil Mascaras, if you want to go into Mexico. Carlos Colon, if you want to go into Puerto Rico. But two people that are right there and are elite, probably Mount Rushmore caliber wrestlers would be Bruno Sammartino and the Giant Baba. Giant Baba, of course, went on to form All Japan Pro Wrestling a few years after this in 1972. When he was with All Japan, he was the main guy. He was the head honcho until his death in 1999. And, of course, All Japan Pro Wrestling throughout the 80s and 90s having legendary matches. In the early 90s, a lot of tape traders and real hardcore fans of professional wrestling, including myself, have fallen in love with that era of professional wrestling because of the hard-hitting style with folks like Masawa and Kawada, and of course bring in the Americans, the Gaijins like Steve Williams and Gordy and Hansen, and of course in the 80s you had Brody there in All Japan, just having, the Funks were there. But yeah, Giant Baba was head honcho in All Japan for a really long time here. As you can see, Bruno Sammartino working on the arm right now, dropping an elbow right into the collar, right into the arm there, into the shoulder. Now trying to wrench back that arm. As you see, the referee's in there checking on Baba. Again, this is a 2 out of 3 falls contest, much like a lot of the matches back in the day were. You can see a packed arena here. And everyone dressed nicely here. And everyone being extremely respectful. A completely different audience in Japan, and even more so back in the day. You can see you're going to see a much slower contest here as well compared to professional wrestling today. A lot more methodical in their movements, and the next maneuver that they're going to be going for, a lot more telegraphing of the maneuvers. You can see he's still wrenching the arm of Baba, and Baba again rolling out of it there and going back to the leg, maybe trying to get a pinfall. No, just trying to get a submission and getting control of Bruno Sammartino, who is freaking out now on the mat. Of course, Bruno Sammartino going into the the Hall of Fame. He had a lot of trouble with the World Wrestling Entertainment over the years. Of course, when wrestling started to become a lot more adult-friendly in the 90s, Bruno Sammartino was one of the wrestlers that was against that and really wanted to push professional wrestling and not the sideshow aspect that it kind of became with the violence and the questionable content. Of course, famously not even wanting to work at all with Vince, with the McMahons. Of course, that in I think 2013 is when they finally put that to bed, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Well after the Attitude Era, of course, but he was one of those wrestlers that was not a fan of what wrestling had become, especially coming from his era. You see, again, working that shoulder, again, you're going to see a lot of a wrestler working one body part here, trying to wear that body part down so they have minimal use of that body part, so they can't do, further damage to themselves. You see Baba here trying to get the stature up, because that's the most important thing here. As you can see, Bruno Sammartino is trying to keep him down as Bruno is now backed up. Oh, okay, no. I thought he was going to get out of that, but Bruno is the most powerful, I would say, even though the height advantage is definitely to Baba here, who was over 7 feet tall. But, Bruno Sammartino was an absolute beast. Oh, as you can see, he's just delivering knee strike after knee strike to the shoulder, and now getting him down prone, which is what he wants to do here, because, again, if these guys are standing straight up, as you've seen earlier in the match, Baba towers over top of Bruno Sammartino. But if you're both down on the mat here, you're both the same size. And he's got a hammerlock currently on Bruno Sammartino. As you can see, the referee in there just in case we could have a submission victory here for the first fall. Still working the arm. The shoulder here. Got it completely behind him. Going almost into an arm lock here. But still has that shoulder in a very comfortable position for Baba, who is up now to his feet. Still, okay, here we go. Off the ropes with an Irish whip. Oh, hip toss. Nicely done by Baba, getting freed and finally getting out of that maneuver by Bruno Sammartino. Bruno Sammartino is one of the most famous wrestlers of all time, though. He's famous for bringing massive, and at one time he held the record for holding, one of the biggest matches in Madison Square Garden, attendance record wise. He was so popular, being from that New York area, and of course the McMahons being from that area as well, and that's where the territory ran. He had a lot of fans and followers. To this day. I mean, Bruno Sammartino, and being a stand-up guy like he was, he never did fold to, I'm sure they offered him a lot of money to come back and make appearances, and he never did until he felt comfortable that the product was not just sleaze, as what I'm going to really use as a reference here, because he was not about that at all. And if anybody's ever heard any interviews with Bruno, he's a real hard-nosed stand-up guy, very old school. And even when years prior to his death, he died in his 80s. He still looked amazing, and he was still lifting weights regularly. He never did drugs. He never drank. And it really showed in his physique, even in his later life. Even in 2013, when he was inducted finally into the WWE Hall of Fame, he looked amazing. And I believe he was already past 80 at that point. See Baba, Seagull leg takedown, very old school here. You can see Bruno is right near the rope. If he could grab a rope here, we will get a break. No, Baba going to pull him outside the ring here. Is going to slam his leg. Yeah, right on the ring apron here. Smart maneuver by Baba, but surprising to see. And again, down onto the ring apron. Devastating maneuver here as the referee's telling him to get back into the ring here. As you can see, the camera pulled out there as a massive crowd here in 1968 watching some professional wrestling. As we got a half crab here by Baba. And Bruno smartly crawling to the ropes. He's a little bit too close there. And again, going back to the leg. As you can see, once they start working on a body part, they will continue to work on that body part. You've already got that much damage on it. Why would you go to another body part? Oh, he was trying to get him over for another half crab, and Bruno still had enough strength to get him off there. So he's going to try it again. No. Oh, tying his leg up on the rope and then just driving all of his weight down into the knee there, and a big boot that time to the side of the leg. You see Bruno favoring his leg now, of course. Irish whip off the ropes. Oh, that time I think he just kicked him right into the knee as he came running back off those ropes. Again, off the ropes, and oh, that time it was a big boot to the chest. We got to cover here. 1, 2 count. Not enough to keep Bruno down. And again, I can't imagine who's going to win this match, even though this is 1968. And, Bruno had already started cementing himself as an absolute legend early in his career. He'd already held the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship once here, and this was before his massive, insane 70s run. But, and this is, prior to Baba, forming All Japan Pro Wrestling. But still, this is two absolute legends earlier on in their career here. I know this is about 9 years into Bruno's career. I believe he started in 59. Trying to get a cover here and just couldn't keep him down. The referee was under there looking at the shoulders, though, of Baba. And look at it. Look at Bruno going right back to the arm and the shoulder. Did not switch a body part. And we're still waiting for our first pinfall or submission in this 2 out of 3 falls matchup. And the way Baba is getting out of that is by kicking the hell out of his leg. And working on the knee of Bruno. Again, tying his legs up in the ropes here. And again, driving all of his body weight down into the side of his leg. And he's going to go outside and drop it and drape it over the ring apron here again. The referee needs to get some kind of control, because that's the 3rd time he's done that. And he's going to do it a 4th time. Yes. And he's not even wearing knee pads here. Neither man is wearing knee pads or elbow pads. This is as old school it gets. They have trunks and boots on. That's it. Bruno getting back up. We got a scoop slam by Baba. Acted like it was nothing. Bruno's not a light man, and a 2 count could not keep Bruno down. I thought that could have been the first fall here. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the first fall as well, to get the leverage and the momentum going into the second fall. Off the ropes as he tried a side headlock, shoulder tackle down by Baba, and another scoop slam again drops him down. Another cover. That's going to be it, folks. 1, 2, no! Bridge by Bruno. No, sir. Still waiting for that first cover, first fall. And Baba was almost like, didn't know what had happened there. He was getting slow back up to his feet, and Bruno took advantage and whipped him right into the corner, and he's going to do it a second time, right into the turnbuckle, and that time whipping Baba back out with so much force that he had to bump right out into the ring there. And a scoop slam onto Baba by Bruno. And what's he going to do here? Oh, all the way up, a backbreaker. Wow, that is a large man to get up on your back. And yes, he's just trying to do a backbreaker maneuver here onto Baba. Ladies and gentlemen, the first fall is a submission to Bruno Sammartino as Baba gave up in the backbreaker there. A very impressive maneuver by Bruno. That was a lot of strength at this late in the match. As you can see, some fans there fighting in the crowd. That was interesting. What the hell is going on there? Some old dude just slapped the piss out of some young guy. You see, the tensions were really high here. And again, this was, before, we had Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers. We had, some flamboyant wrestlers in professional wrestling by this time. But professional wrestling in 1968 was still very protected. This match right here was not flashy by no means. It was very, very realistic. As you can see, Baba he's holding his leg, trying to get back over to his corner here, as they're going to have probably about a 30-second minute break before the second fall goes underway. And if Bruno can get this victory one more time here, that's going to be it, folks. Let's see if Baba can capture one back and go into a third fall. Bruno not taking a seat here. As you can see, he's got oh, look at that. That's an awesome shot there. That is a packed house. Everyone there to see some professional wrestling in Japan, folks. And here we go. The second fall is underway. Baba being cautious as Bruno comes right in with a bear hug. And Bruno Sammartino is known for his bear hug. Baba needs to get out of this maneuver here. Bruno Sammartino's strength is well known in the world of professional wrestling. It's a lot of the reason he held the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship for a number of years in his second run. Oh, and again, as Baba got out of it for a second there, right back into the bear hug, and he kneed him into this. Oh, he might have kneed him low. I'm not sure if that was in the gut or low there, but he needed to get out, and that was probably, and now kicked him right into the chest. So probably a smart maneuver by Baba, because again, you do not want to be in a bear hug by someone with the strength of Bruno Sammartino, and that time getting Irish whipped himself with so much velocity that he flew out of the turnbuckle into the ring, and a big tomahawk chop. Cover. 2, and again, you can't keep Bruno down. Bruno Sammartino is saying no. And both of Bruno's world title runs were long and were good runs, though. And again, he only held the world title twice. If you think about that in comparison to wrestlers today who hold it, time after time after time. And again, they still could not even come close to the length of time that he held the world title for. Off the ropes, and a big chop by Baba. Down goes Sammartino again. 1, 2 count. Baba desperately trying to get this second fall here, as he does not want to lose twice in a row to Bruno Sammartino. Oh, and again, just reaches out with those long legs and kicks him. I'm not sure if he kicked him in the shoulder or the face there. And again, Bruno coming in with the bear hug. As Baba's going to escape, a chop, knife edge chop, and drops Bruno. Another cover here. 1, 2, referee in position. But not enough to keep him down. As you can see, the strength of Bruno is lacking on the cover each time, though. That's a big man to get off you. Bruno, another scoop slam. That's also a large, really big man to just pick up like that. And Irish whip after the scoop slam into the ropes. Big back body drop. Up again. He's going to do one more off the ropes again. Oh, this time just a knee right to the midsection, and we're going to get another cover here by Bruno. That could be it. 1, 2 count. Baba kicking out again. Baba does not want to lose 2 in a row, folks. Another Irish whip by Bruno. This time, big drop kick by Giant Baba. That could be it for 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the second fall going to Giant Baba as he came off the ropes with the velocity basically created by Bruno when he threw him into the ropes with a big drop kick and dropping the big man from New York City. Actually, I believe he was from Pittsburgh. See Bruno slowly getting back up to his feet now as Baba in his corner here, as they're both going to get another break before the third fall goes into effect. Yeah, folks, please, one more time, please subscribe, like, share, all that helps out the channel. Please comment, drop anything below, drop any classic thoughts you might have on Giant Baba matches or Bruno Sammartino matches if you're a classic wrestling fan, and let me know maybe something you want to see in the future. Always taking requests if it's possible. Looks like Giant Baba's a little bit ready quicker than Bruno. Bruno now ready. Here we go. I think that was the bell. Referee calling it the third and final fall of this contest. A classic 2 out of 3 falls match. A lot of the matches, if you go back and watch, especially main events from back in the day, were always 2 out of 3 falls. If you watched any, some of the newer promotions, and I'm saying newer, but I'm meaning like early 80s, Portland Wrestling ran that for a many number of years. One of the last territory promotions that would still run a regular main event that would go 2 out of 3 falls. I think Mid-South Wrestling did that for a number of years as well in the 80s, but that finally did die out. When Bill Watts started running WCW in 1992, and he started and their biggest show was WCW Saturday Night. They actually brought that back for another short little run there because he was such an old school wrestler. Of course, Bill Watts coming from the old era himself. And they brought back the 2 out of 3 falls matches. I remember seeing a lot of damn good matches from the likes of Barry Windham, Dustin Rhodes, Steve Austin, Cactus Jack, Vader, a lot of those hot guys. So another cover here, 1, 2, from the early 90s in WCW, and some really good 2 out of 3 falls matches. There's something about a 2 out of 3 falls match that you don't get in a regular wrestling match. Once you do see somebody get that momentum and they come off that first fall, there's a lot of psychology that can go into making one of those really, really fun and unpredictable for a winner. A lot of times going to professional wrestling, especially today, you kind of know what's going to happen ahead of time. Especially if you really follow professional wrestling. It's always awesome when you do get surprised, but back in the day, if you would have a nice 2 out of 3 falls match, if you had 2 falls in succession, that would be awesome. But if you had a fall where a guy, got the first fall, the other guy got the second, and then you go into the third, and you're not exactly sure who's going to win, and both guys are the same caliber of wrestler, it just makes it a little bit more intriguing for a fan, I think. Every once in a while you'll still see a 2 out of 3 falls match, but definitely rare compared to the old days. You see both men just haggard at this point and beating the hell out of each other, basically literally on their knees, just fighting, just throwing blows back and forth, see who can get the upper hand here, because the next fall or submission is going to be it, folks. And neither men want to leave here with a loss. And right now, Bruno is just choking Baba on the bottom rope here. Again, the referee is just putting his count in. It looks like he's trying to stop it, but he's not getting in there physically at all. And again, Baba in the ropes here. This should be broken up. The referee needs to get in there and get physical. Front face chancery. Flip over. Classic wrestling maneuver there by Bruno on a 2 count. Again, not enough to keep Baba down. And now he's almost basically just trying to smother Baba, excuse me, and he used his feet to kick him off. Another cover here. As you can see, the kickouts are getting weaker and weaker. Both men are wearing down slowly but surely. It's basically, a match of attrition at this point. Who is going to outlast the other? Again. Knife edge chop. Brutal knife edge chop by Baba, and another cover here. 1, 2, quick covers. Just trying to get this over with. I remember Al Snow said this. He was trained numerous guys in Tough Enough, and it might have even on Tough Enough when I heard this back in the day. It was when he was training, and he basically said, what bothers him about professional wrestling, especially today, if you knock your opponent down, it just makes sense to go for a cover. And if you watch classic wrestling, if the guy's prone and down on his back, that other guy is instantly going for a cover, trying to keep his man down. Wrestling is completely different today. And again, as soon as he knocked him down, he went right into that cover because you want it to be over with. You want that to be the victory. Again, slowly getting up both of them. Sammartino got up first, though. Oh, and he just tossed Baba outside the ring there as he went through the ropes. Following out behind him here. And, threw him into the corner post there. And another difference maker in this match here, especially this late in the stage. Bruno going outside the ring, and you see that fan is pissed off right there. I'm sure firmly behind Baba in this match. And you can see all the young boys surrounding Baba here as his head just bounced off the post. Yeah, it's going to be hard to come back from that. And Bruno's not letting him back into the ring here, making it hard and knocking him off the ring apron again with some closed fists even there as he is down on the floor again. Baba trying everything he can to get back up, actually getting some help there. Referee's going to have to back Bruno up, but he can't. Again, getting knocked off the ring apron. Baba using all of his energy now to try to get back into the ring, little by little. Bruno wearing him down until he can get the cover or the submission again, as you saw the strength in the first fall. Bruno beat him with a backbreaker. He's going to be looking for that bear hug. Oh, big chop right across the face by Baba, though. Baba making his way back into the ring. That staggered Bruno. Bruno hurt now. Another one. That one to the chest. And a big chop across the head. That one knocked him down. That's going to be it, folks. 1, 2. Oh, no. Bruno again barely getting up, but he did. Only a 2 count. Baba can't put him away, but I thought he had him there. He really did stagger him when he hit him right across. It looked like the nose and face with that chop. And a big knife edge chop again right into the chest. This time picking him up picking him back up. That's actually rare in this match by Baba, as he was going for all them covers, and a big drop kick. What he got the second cover with, but instead of bumping right in the mat, Bruno, either instinctively or not, fell outside of the ring there, and if he did that on purpose, that was very smart, but that could have been a happy accident for him, because you cannot get a victory outside the ring, and he's back up, and Baba, another chop to the top of the head here. Onto Bruno, as you can see the referee making a count here. We could have a count out, folks, as they're both just brawling on the floor now. And that referee is not slowing down. And bear hug right there on the floor. Oh, and breaking it. This match may end up a draw or a double disqualification, because the referee's count is continuing to grow here. Oh, a chair by Baba. Oh, and he's getting back into the ring, though. Again, the referee did not acknowledge him for the chair or nothing. Baba got back into the ring, and he's getting his hand raised. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the third victory was by count out to Baba. As you can see, Bruno is getting back up in there now. My question is, why were there no rules outside the ring there? He hit him with a chair to prone Bruno on the floor, and then when Baba got back into the ring, he got his hand raised because he beat the count. But ladies and gentlemen, Giant Baba getting the victory over Bruno Sammartino. That is a very rare thing to even say in professional wrestling. Bruno Sammartino rarely lost. Again, one of the most renowned professional wrestlers of all time, but again, Giant Baba is as well. Both men had legendary careers, and this is a little bit of a snip from earlier on, 1968, from a promotion in Japan. You see people are starting to file out of there already, but yeah, thanks for joining me. Again, reaching 1K followers. I wanted to thank everybody, liking, commenting, sharing, hitting the bell. All of that's helped me out over the last year. Let's keep it growing. And I don't plan on slowing down. I'm going to keep the Wednesday and Sunday drops going for now. And yeah, like I said, there's going to be some more cool stuff coming this year. Now that some stuff's opening back up, we're going to be doing some live vlogs at some shows, and hopefully some live streams as well, just on some content. But as you can see there, Baba being presented with the title. And I believe Bruno has already left the ringside area. Classic matchup here. But yeah, thanks for joining me, folks, and I will see you next time.